everybody, and welcome to the Yinzer Brothers podcast. I am TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim. You are in the presence of the Yinzer Bros. Today is the Steelers-Browns pregame show. It's the first game of the playoffs. The Steelers and the Browns playing this Sunday night at Heinz Field. They just announced that they're only allowing 2,500 people in, Tim.
Goddamn Tom Wolf just screwed me out of more money.
So did you sell the tickets for that game?
Yes, indeed I did.
So it's a no-go again, huh?
Number 2. This is the second time he's done it to me. I mean,
that's great.
Unreal. An absolute kick in the gut.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I am Governor Wolf. You stink.
What is happening in Pennsylvania? PA is like a dumpster fire, aren't they right now?
I mean, how can you have sad faces all over the dog pound for the last 3 months and you can't put more than 2,500 people in the stadium?
That's true. Well, Cleveland, they don't care in Cleveland.
Costing me banana money.
This is COVID world.
I don't give a damn about those people that bought the tickets. If they catch COVID, it's on them. This is banana. You're taking food right out of my daughter's mouth.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's happening. Well, you got to think too. Apparently, it's not working in Cleveland because didn't they have like 500 of their players this week, and even their head coach is down with COVID.
TJ, it takes all of us. It takes all of us. It takes all of the pandemic.
That's true. So, Tim, what are some of your initial thoughts about the game on Sunday?
Governor Tom Wolf. I mean, are you serious? He's probably having a masquerade ball party at his house as we speak. No masks,
Probably.
No nothing. High-fiving people as they walk into the door.
Probably.
T, you have any idea how much money that cost me?
Now, how about what's a normal price ticket for that game? What's a normal? Give me a face value price for a ticket for the first round of the playoffs.
$165 where my tickets were, and they were like,
so you
I don't
had two
know.
tickets.
Put it this way, TJ, they were close enough to probably spread Dad's ashes somewhere on Heinz Field.
So you had two tickets, $165 a piece. So roughly, you're the accountant. So what is that? That $340? Is that what that is? Real quick,
around that area. 330.
Yep. So what did you get for the tickets, Tim, before they took the money right out of your hands again?
Let's just put it this way. I would have paid for my season tickets next year. Next question.
That's awesome.
The whole season. The whole season. And I would have had some extra change to play with.
Well, I mean, there is a chance, depending on how this weekend goes.
Got another nutcracker.
There is a chance, depending how this weekend.
Hell.
You might get another home game depending on who loses.
There's not a chance in hell. Governor Wolf, you suck. I mean, unbelievable. It's almost like he has like a red phone at the governor's office. He's like, Harris got the tickets. Let's cancel the people.
I'm sure it's exactly how it is. I mean, Harris has got the tickets.
TJ, I don't understand. They were only giving away you only had, I think the original ones they were doing was it was 5,500 people or 7,000 people. TJ, that stadium seats 70,000 people. You can't spread 7,000 people around in that stadium without COVID precautions.
They're serious there in PA.
There's 7,000 people in a Walmart if you go there right now in Pittsburgh.
That Walmart in the Cranberry's got at least 7,000 people in it right now.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. This is garbage.
That Walmart in North Versailles has got, about 750,000
Tom Wolf's just burning hundreds for toilet paper, and he can't. Oh.
Well, Tim, it is what it is. So what are your initial thoughts about the game?
What's my initial thoughts about the game?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm revving up, baby. The body's starting to rev up. We're starting to get playoff ready. Oh, I don't know. I hear different. I'm at the point right now, like Monday, Tuesday, when you're hearing everything, the coach ain't coaching for Cleveland. I mean, like I said, it takes all of us in the pandemic, guys. It takes all of us in the pandemic. You start going, ooh, this is not happening. But now I'm living in pure fear that somehow, some way, like a Steeler player is going to catch it. Like I've been seeing like pictures of like after the game, Stefanski was breathing on people. Other people were high fiving. I'm going, oh my God, what happens tomorrow? And they're like, the whole starting defense is on the COVID list. I'm going to be like, I mean, TJ, that's where I'm at right now. I'm like in sit and wait right now. How do I feel about the game? There's a calm over me right now. Just scary calm. It's like a big tidal wave. I feel it coming.
Well, who knows? I mean, we are getting a lot of guys back. You see today, Ebron cleared. He'll be back.
I wish he wasn't
one of your
playing.
favorite guys. Paddle hands.
I wish he was. I wish he was not playing.
Hey, you know what? They're middle soft.
I wish he would somehow tongue Kevin Stefanski.
And your buddy Marsh, who is basically like your buddy that we had before, 2.0.
I don't know, man. I liked what I saw from Marsh.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. So you think he was better than your old flame?
Chicolo?
Yeah, he's not like Chicolo 2.0.
He showed me more than Chicolo's done in his whole career in one game. So he's off. Yeah, he's better than Chicolo, I think. I don't know.
Now, well, they haven't brought him back yet, but he's practiced. The mighty Spillane has practiced.
Let's go, Patrick Spillane. Let's go.
Did you ever think you'd be stoked to see Spillane coming back?
Until he just does something so idiotic that he makes the list immediately, not even after the game. I'm gonna be like, Spillane needs to be cut tomorrow.
And how about Filer? Filer looks like he'll be back too.
I would sit his big 6'10" rear end on the bench.
Why is that? He's pretty good.
TJ, you taking Dotson out right now?
No, Dotson's playing. He's playing lights out.
TJ, guess what? They got a gem with Dotson. They actually did quite well in the draft this year. Only place I'd think about putting Filer is on that tackle where Chooks is.
Yeah, right tackle.
But I mean, Cleveland's got nobody. Their pass rushers are going to be like, they're going to be like me,
They got 4 plays in them, right?
Uh-huh.
And then Boswell could be back too. He practiced this week.
You better. I mean,
the mighty Boswell.
That dude.
When you pull your groin, that's not an easy thing. Have you ever pulled your groin, Tim?
Yeah, I pull my groin at least once a week, and I'm still down on that treadmill running every other day.
Well, because you're a man. You're a man.
That's right. I tape it up, put some Bengay on it. Maybe all you got to do is get one of the massage guns that just rips everything. It gets everything back in place. It just rips all the muscles, or just mends everything. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, I don't know. So it should be a good initial game. It looks good for us right now. Let's talk about the offense. How do you think the offense is going to look? What do you think are some of the offensive keys for the Steelers this week?
Offensive keys? Catch the damn ball. That's one of my offensive keys. Catch the damn ball. They did good
They did good last week. They did pretty good.
Catch the damn ball and block face smasher. He did block face smasher and catch the ball. You win by a lot.
Yeah, I think you're right. What do you think about, obviously, they had, they're getting their lines looking a little bit better. Do you think they get 100 yards this game?
Yeah, they need to run the ball too. This is the time. This is the time to remember that you can run forever.
You can. And I think Ebron coming back is kind of good because I think the Browns are very soft in the middle.
But he can't block. So that's where you're going to sacrifice your running game for a guy that can't catch in the middle.
I think he'll be okay. I think you might see a 6 or 7 catch afternoon for Ebron.
But then again, normally when Ebron doesn't say 3 words, he actually is goes on. He hasn't said anything all week, which is stunning to me. So maybe he'll have a big game.
He might. I don't know. And then you get your wide receivers back. They stretched the field last week, man. They got to worry about Deontay, and they got to worry about Claypool. They got a lot of weapons coming to the field this week, man.
I heard Juju didn't practice today.
He had bad knees. Got something going on.
Did you see he showed a picture of his feet on the Instagram?
What do they look like?
TJ, they look like somebody. They look like they went through one of the meat grinders. They're disgusting.
So what happened to his feet? Why are his feet bad?
I don't know. Maybe he has an early case of the diabetes. I don't know. They're disgusting.
Well, that's not good. You got to take care of your feet if you're a wide receiver, right?
Yeah, that's why I was never a wide receiver. My feet are just
That's true. So, I mean, here's the question. Which offense is going to show up? Do you think that at this point we could actually start off like fast? What would happen if we started off fast?
TJ, what's going to happen is because of them going deep the past couple weeks, it's going to loosen up the defense somewhat in some sort. So what I would start to do is run the ball, get a couple runs here and there, and then take a couple deep pops, and then your short game's wide open. I would tell Cleveland, pick your poison. But the key is if they come out and Cleveland tries to jam up the line and take the short stuff away, you have to connect on a deep ball. You have to connect on one. So as soon as you connect on one, the floodgates should be open. But I mean, I've seen the sick dude. TJ, Cleveland's decimated. Yeah, the coach ain't coaching. TJ, there's every reasoning for us to go in there and just Ben should be out of this game by the third quarter.
Yeah, you're right.
I said the same crap against Baltimore when they had Steve.
You did.
When they had Steve from the shipyard down there playing tight end.
You did.
And I'm sitting there crapping bricks in the fourth quarter going, here we go.
That's true. That's true. Now, I think it all comes down to Ben. Which Ben is going to show up? Can Ben hit that deep ball? Can he throw it like Mason did last week?
TJ, he better be like, you know, when you play video games, your power gets down to 1. He better be like it. He better have an extra life.
That would be good if he did that. That would be great. I think it'd be a good day if we can get up there and put on like, you know,
what's up with all
30
these players,
plus on them.
These players meetings. They could do another players meeting. I mean, you're a professional athlete. Just shut up and play. You're in the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, whatever they got to do to motivate, let's just do it. So I think the offense should be solid. We'll see. Hopefully they'll continue. Their last 6 quarters have been pretty strong. So let's keep going. Let's flop over to the defensive side of the ball. Now, last week, the JVers did pretty well against this Cleveland team. They had 4 sacks, and we were still missing our 2 studs, all pro guys.
TJ,
missing.
They are in a. I'm more scared for Cleveland on offense than I am for them on defense.
Yeah.
They're missing a lot of defensive players. Losing Vernon is going to kill them.
Oh, yeah.
Losing that guard they lost, TJ, they don't even have their backups. Their 2 backups are hurt. Hubbard and the other dude are hurt. They're playing an undrafted free agent against Cameron Ironhead Hayward. He's going to annihilate people. And I saw today that like 3 of their linemen were limited in practice.
Yeah, they're beat up.
Bad news. Bad news.
Oh, that would be. I would really enjoy.
Do you really think in a million years? Like I said, I know Hunt had a good game last game. He broke tackles. Do you think after them watching the film and seeing him break tackles and then missing tackles, that they're going to miss them again? It seems like anytime they have been challenged against a running team, like challenged, like saying this team's going to come in here and run down your throat.
They like Tennessee and these guys, yeah.
What has happened?
They just shut it down.
That defense has been flying around, and I expect them to be flying around. TJ Watt better come with his big alien hat flying around.
Wouldn't it be great if we get up on them enough, like you said, where they can start resting guys at least by the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I would love to see crayon box just falling on people by fourth quarter-ish.
That would be great. That would be fantastic. I think the defense is going to look pretty good. Again, we know that, I think, again, getting our 2 big guys back. And I think I'm looking forward. I think Highsmith took a step last week. I'll tell you what. Did he look good not just for a rookie? He looked solid over there. He does that again this week, man. Good night. We're going to be in good shape, I think. And then the possible addition of the mighty Spillane.
You got Spillane. You got it all. I mean, TJ, they have no excuses. If they lose this game, this may vault to the top of the all-time Tomlin games ever. No, this would be number 1.
It would be. Because it's Cleveland and it's a playoff game.
This would be number 1.
It would. Let's pray to God that doesn't happen. I mean, that would be awful. So I was listening to some guys today. They were talking about they were comparing Tomlin and they were comparing to these other coaches. And one of the guys said something. He goes, listen, he goes, Tomlin over the stretch with Ben, you know, he should have 2 or 3 more Super Bowls. So he doesn't consider him a great coach, just a good coach. But he considered Sean Payton a great coach. What's the difference between Payton and Tomlin?
What's the difference between Payton and Tomlin?
Yeah, what makes Payton a great coach and Tomlin a good coach? They both have Hall of Fame quarterbacks, right? They both have been, you know, have decent programs. Why is one? They have the same amount of Super Bowl wins, even though Tomlin has 2 appearances. What's the difference? Why is one great and one just good? Who would you pick? Who do you think is a better quarterback, Breeze or Ben?
I don't know.
Who do you take in their prime?
Probably Breeze.
So how is Payton a great coach and Tomlin a good coach?
TJ, I think the overall talent of the Steeler teams were a lot better than any of the Saints teams.
I'll tell you, the Saints were loaded with some receivers. They were loaded with running backs. Had good defenses.
TJ, we had historic defenses.
Well, and then thinking too about the strength of the divisions.
I'll give you that, yes, but we did have historic defenses, and I think a lot of people, which I do, I tend to lean on to, is a lot of that defense that was monsters carrying them to Super Bowls were drafted by Bill Cowher.
Yeah,
they just were. And you can't deny. Like I know the Saints have had talent on offense. I don't think they had as much talent on offense as the Steelers had at one time.
Well, we had our runs like when we had Brown and Bell and those guys.
I don't think
that was amazing.
I don't think the Saints had that caliber. I mean, you had Michael Thomas and Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
Dude, Kamara's a stud.
But dude, TJ Bell was when he was with the Steelers until he left, he was like all time stats, like not just but good. He was on he was like all time stats.
Well, he was when he played, but he also had trouble staying on the field sometimes.
I understand.
Kamara, I mean, when does he ever? I mean, he's off the field now because of COVID. When did he ever come off the field?
But you got to understand that too. Kamara didn't get the ball 19,000 times like Bell did.
Well, he pretty much. I mean, he leads him in rushing. He led him in passing a couple times.
He has in the past couple of years, but before that, he was splitting time with Ingram. Bell never did that. That was it. When did you ever see Bell leave the game?
No, you're right. That was the Steeler way. That they ran Parker into the ground. They ran Bettis into the ground. Yeah.
And I get Michael Thomas is good, but he's not Antonio Brown. He's just not.
No, I agree. Yeah,
so
I agree.
To me, you had two of the. Like I said, Brown's going to go down as one of the greatest receivers of all time. He just is. You hate him. You hate him. You might hate him.
So Bell, was he a Cowher draft guy or was he a Tomlin draft pick? He's a Tomlin, isn't he?
Who, Brown?
Yeah. Him and Sanders are both Tomlin guys, weren't they?
I don't know. I think they all got drafted. That was like the Sanders, Brown, Walls.
They were in the same draft class.
I don't know if that was the Tomlin class. Or if that was if that was the end of Cowher.
That might have been his first draft. I think that was Tomlin's first draft class, if I remember correctly. Sure. I could be wrong, but I think it was.
I'm not sure.
To me, I think you put them in the same category. They're close enough. I don't understand why one is great and one is good, especially when, I mean, and you know, Tomlin's got one more appearance in the Super Bowl, and I think he plays in a tougher division. I just think he does. If you got to play, you know, again, since they had some runs in that time, but the constant has been the Ravens. I mean, that's been the thing. But I don't know. That's neither here nor there, probably. I think our defense is going to have a good game. Special teams, Boz is coming back. That could be an X factor, right?
Yeah, the biggest X factor that I'm kind of looking at, truthfully, I'm kind of curious if we can do the quarterbacks, if they're going to draft 3 of them or dress 3 of them. I would dress 3 of them because you take one of those dudes out of the rotation for the defensive line. You take Bugs, you take the other dude up and dress Dobbs.
Mm-hmm.
Where have you seen the majority of their problems? When they're getting field goals. Not so much, not even so much.
It's
offense.
like third and 1, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, 4th and 2. I like dress Dobbs.
You've seen it all year.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
I think you should. I'm with you. Give it a shot. Why not?
I mean, it wasn't working all year. What happens if this is a key and you're getting those 3rd and 1s? You're now getting those 4th and 1s, and you beat Cleveland, another team has to prepare for that, and it's just taking up more time to prepare for it. You got to prepare as a game plan, and you never know. Those field goals that you're kicking on 4th and 1, or those times you're not getting it, you can be turning into touchdowns. It can make a hell of a lot of difference.
I agree. I'm with you 100%. I think they should dress 3. Or, I mean, they're not going to leave Mason back. He had a good enough game. They're not going to put that just in Dobbs' hands. So
I agree.
Let's open up the Yinzer mailbag. What is the Yinzer mailbag? It's when you, the fan, get to ask us any questions you want. If you got a question for us, the Yinzer Bros, you can send your question to yinzerbros@gmail.com. If you're lucky enough, we will get you on the show. I have a couple here, then I'll let Tim read a few too. Here's a good one to start. What is your perfect? Is that my little niece in there?
That's the dog pound. Me breaking their heart and ripping off their hands. Look, the Nutcracker. He's staring right into his soul. He's like,
I see that.
No, we're not happy.
I like that. Tim's got special effects back there. That's good.
Yeah.
So here's the first question. It's a good one. What is the perfect playoff scenario for the Steelers in the first round?
What do you mean?
So let's say we take care of business. What does the rest of it look like for us? What's our perfect playoff scenario?
We just get an automatic bye to the Super Bowl? Can all the other teams we play get ravaged by COVID and we can just skip to the Super Bowl?
That would be great. I mean, who do you like? Obviously, we'd love to see the Bills.
So, I mean,
get beat, right?
I've said this. I've said this a million times. I do not want to play the Baltimore Ravens.
So we need Tennessee to take care of the Ravens.
You would need a threatic mirror. You need the Colts to beat Buffalo, and you would need Tennessee to beat Baltimore.
Yeah, then we play Tennessee and they play the Colts.
Yeah. That would be my perfect dream scenario. That's not going to happen.
How do you know, Tim? Maybe there's more magic in that Nutcracker than you think.
There's not enough money. There's just not enough. TJ, I don't know. Buffalo has me quite nervous. I saw a video of them like getting prepared for the game. They're like dancing around in the field, doing all types of jigs. They're a wagon. They're loose. They're a wagon. They're getting fans. Tom Wolfe, you jerk. I mean, come on now, dude. Governor, they're letting them have like 65,000 fans up in Buffalo, New York.
No.
You can't put 65,000 Yinzers there in Allegheny.
And Como, you talk about New York is also a strange place.
I don't understand, dude.
Wolf, PA's a dumpster fire. I'm telling you, man. But you got to remember this now.
You know what's going to really piss me off is when they open those restrictions the following week and the game's up in Buffalo. I may just fly back to Pittsburgh and just sneak into Heinz Field and just sit there and be like, I'm here. Wolf, what are you going to do?
You should do it. That's a great idea as they take you away. This is my thought with Buffalo, though. Buffalo is still Buffalo.
TJ,
I remember Buffalo, their 4-0 run. I remember that.
TJ, they are a wagon.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to see what they do. I think anything is possible. Let's see. I think Tennessee could beat. I think it's possible they could beat the Ravens.
TJ, you got a better chance of Governor Wolf making an announcement tomorrow that we're opening the restrictions in my ticket cell. You got a better shot of that happening than Baltimore than Tennessee beating Baltimore. You're out of your mind.
So you know what? They're just so you know, just to give you a ray of hope. They did put in for a variance. They just haven't heard anything yet.
No, it came out today. They're only having 2,500 people, their family and friends.
Oh.
And guess what? I'm not a family and I'm not a
friend. So Tim, you're out of luck, right? Here's another question.
If I see one Brown fan out of that 2,500 in that stadium, I'm going to flip out.
Well, I mean, some of the Browns family could probably come in.
No. You got 2,500 people. That better be specific to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I hope you're right.
You better bring the old timers in. You better all types of stuff. The guys that can't even walk anymore, don't even know their names, just bring them in. Wave those terrible towels. I'd bring them out the field at halftime. Make it sound like there's 65,000 people. Do the 10-year anniversary. Bring them back.
Did you hear one of the issues they said last week? They said it was so quiet in Cleveland that the offense and the defense could hear each other play. They could hear their play calls.
You know why it was quiet in Cleveland? Because those fans were sitting on bricks the whole entire game going, oh my God. These Steeler players that they just pulled from down to the steel mill. We're about to beat us.
That one guy working at the Turner's Dairy just came out.
Exactly.
Oh my. Here's another question. It's a good one. Do you think missing Kevin Stefanski for the Browns will hurt them on Sunday?
Yeah. It's gonna hurt a lot. Dude, he calls all their plays, TJ.
He does.
I mean,
so did you hear who's going to be calling their plays?
Van Pelt.
Yeah, Van Pelt,
the
former
I mean,
the former Panther.
You got to be kidding me. That dude sucked at Pitt. I mean,
he did.
TJ,
was he a Steeler too? Did we have him?
I don't know what he was, but I know he sucked at Pitt. I think he was throwing to Larry Fitzgerald too. So I don't know how bad you can suck at Pitt and be throwing to Larry Fitzgerald.
That's true. He's like the ageless wonder, isn't he? How old is Larry Fitzgerald?
I don't know, dude. He's old, man. It makes me feel just terrible about myself and my athletic abilities. But here's my thing. Okay, I get it with the coach. Yeah, I think it's gonna hurt him big time. But I still don't understand why he can't coach. Why can't you put him in a box and isolate him?
Yeah.
I just don't understand that.
Why can't he Zoom coach? Can he Zoom coach?
He can't do anything. I just don't understand why you can't dude, I saw, do you see a dude, I think it was a college guy 2 years ago was he was actually coaching from a hospital bed up in the box. He was laying in a hospital bed. I think dude from Auburn or something like that. I'm not making this up. He was actually laying in a hospital bed. He's coaching. I'm going, it would be pretty awesome to see that dude coach, see him in the box and because you would have to probably have somebody from the NFL there to kind of dressed in a hazmat suit, behind him when they show a clip. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's COVID world. It is what it is. I think it'll impact him too. He's a play caller, takes off the rhythm. It's all that stuff is crazy. What do you think the key is to stopping Baker Mayfield?
The key to stopping Baker Mayfield? Let him throw. Let him throw 150 times. What do you mean the key to stop him? Who gave you this question? Was this a D gun question?
Maybe.
The key to stop Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, he's been on a tear.
No, he hasn't, TJ. He stinks. The key, TJ, you want to give him the keys. Give him all the keys. Let him throw. Let him throw 1,000 times. The key to the game is stopping Nick Chubb. That's your key to the game.
It is.
To stop Baker Mayfield. Are you kidding me? Let him throw. If I was the Steelers, I'd be like, Baker, you're the best. You can throw better than all the best. If I was Steelers, each one of them, I'd go buy one of his rookie cards, but we got your rookie cards because we believe in you. And I would just get into his head and just let him throw the ball.
Boy, he was pretty fired up after the game, wasn't he, on Sunday?
I mean, TJ, I guess. Whatever. Let him. He has a ginormous punchable face. I mean,
he does, and he's on every other commercial on Sunday. It just drives me bananas.
This kid,
he's on almost as many commercials as Mahomes. How is that possible, Tim?
TJ, I can't believe somebody asked the questions. How do you stop Baker Mayfield?
I think
that's almost like asking, what do we do to contain Terrell Edmonds? Give me the blueprint on the. It's like saying, how do we contain the Steelers' running game? Give me the blueprint.
That's true. Our running game stinks. How impactful was Highsmith's game last week? I think pretty impactful.
He played well.
I think it sets up this week nicely. I'm anxious to see what it looks like for him shutting that one side down, to see what TJ can do after that. Here's another good question too. This is a really good question, actually. What do you attribute the drop-off in play from the Steelers O-line to?
Soft.
I did hear something that was interesting, and I forget where I heard it from, but one of the guys said, it was an analyst somewhere. He said he's got a theory. He says if you add up all the age of your offensive line and it hits 150, your offensive line stinks. And they said almost every time that's the case. So, I mean, it shows you the age of the line. That means if you got all your guys in their early 30s, 3 times 5, it's 150. We are getting a little bit up there, aren't we? I mean, you look at Pouncey, he's up there. You look at, I mean, even DeCastro's is up there. Villanueva's up there.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Who said that?
It was somebody. I don't know.
Whoever that dude is. He's a complete.
You're fired up tonight. I like this. I like this.
That's the TJ. That's stupid. That's dumb. The reason why their line, they're the best pass blocking line in the league. It's just a fact. They are. They have not. I think they didn't get up the least amount of sacks in the whole entire league. They have.
Well, but part of that's also because Ben's got the quickest release in the league.
No doubt. But if you're looking at the stats, they've given up the least amount of sacks in the game.
I mean, Tim,
TJ,
they could stop you. If he's got a 2-second release, they could even stop you, Tim.
TJ, no, they can't.
Right.
TJ, when you're pass blocking all the time, you can't just switch the gear and run block. That's not run blocking is coming off the ball, certainly coming off the ball. When you're not doing it 25, 30 times a game, they're gonna crucify your line. I put that more into play calling than I do the line. TJ, this line just hasn't dropped off out of nowhere. I'm sorry, it hasn't gone from one drastic to the next. Last year they could run the ball. Last year they ran the ball.
Yeah, I think it's been different. Like I don't see I think Villanueva was a different player this year. He doesn't look the same to me.
Yeah, he's
he was getting beat last week again. I don't understand that.
He's going against Myles Garrett, TJ.
Well, I get that. I understand too, the way it was set up, you didn't, they double teamed him a little bit, which is good, but he just hasn't looked good down the stretch.
He's about the only one, truthfully. Chooks is young. Chooks is very young. I think he's in his fourth year.
But I think he'll be okay.
Dotson,
I like Dotson a lot.
DeCastro's DeCastro. Pouncey's Pouncey. Villanueva, I think he's 34. Lines, I don't see that. I just find it a very coinky dink. They lose Munchak, and now they can't run the ball.
I think you're right. I think Munchak, he's a key loss. Did they have 1,000-yard rusher last year?
I think combined, they had to have something close. TJ, I mean, they couldn't pass the ball. They'd do something.
Well, I don't even think they could throw the ball, though, either. They didn't put up a lot of points last year. I think they lived and died on their defense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they had to have ran the ball a little bit. Yeah,
I think. Here's another good question. Is there any way that Juju is a Steeler next year?
Nope.
I think he's done.
Nope. Yeah. He's going to the New York Football Jets. Mark my word.
They seem to like all of our throwaways, don't they?
I think a lot of. I think there's going to be a couple exits from the Steelers to the New York Football Jets next year.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
The Juju and Mr. James Conner over there in Jets area.
Well, that leads into this next question now, which is pretty good. What free agents do the Steelers keep next year? There are a ton of free agents next year. Let's talk about some of them. Bud, do they try to keep Bud? Is there any way they keep Bud?
You can. I don't think they're going to be able to keep him.
I think you're right. Villanueva's a free agent.
No, truthfully, I don't think so. No, if Highsmith's playing like he's playing, no need to keep Bud.
Yeah. Villanueva's a free agent. What do you do with him?
Bye-bye. See ya.
Yeah. Williamson, there was 1-year deal. He's a free agent. Keep him or let him go.
You get one of these. That's the piece.
Because we have the mighty Splain. Filer he's a free agent.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Here's a big one, Mike Hilton.
You sign him.
Yeah, he's a keeper. Aluala's a free agent.
Sorry, got to go.
Yeah, I think we got enough young talent. I think we'll be okay. Zach Banner's a free agent. Now, he's been hurt, but I heard he's still...
You bring him back. You get him cheap.
I think you're right.
You bring him back. You have your two tackles. You got Chooks, and you got him on the other side. You have Pouncey. You have DeCastro, and you have Dotson. There is your line for next year. Thank you.
That's a good line.
It is a very good line.
Marsh is a free agent. We got it for a quick pickup.
Just stop. Go. Next question. The only guys TJ, the only guys I bring back, I know the free agent list. The only guys I would bring back, or try to make a run at, is Hilton and Sutton. That's it.
Mm-hmm. How about this? What about Barry, your guy Barry?
TJ, bury that dude. Bury.
So Wormley, he's a free agent. Let him go.
You can get him cheap. Get him cheap. I bring him back. I think
You should. I mean, you should be able to get him cheap. Trey Edmonds gone, right? Sean Davis, free agent, gone.
Bye-bye.
Right? Dangerfield gone. He won't be here. Sutton, you got to keep. What do you do with Ray? He's a free agent.
I think you can bring him back cheap. So if you can get him back cheap, bring him back. If not, whatever.
Hey, if you can't get him, I bet you I know somebody else that might be available. Ben's BFF. Is he still with the team? Is he on a practice squad somewhere?
I think he's on Cleveland's practice squad.
Oh, here we go. That's great. Dobbs is a free agent. What do you do with him?
Bye-bye.
See you. What if you got a chance to pick up a decent, maybe the heir apparent for Ben? You jettison Mason and keep Dobbs just as your kind of shifty guy?
You could, but I mean, whatever the heir apparent is, if you're drafting the heir apparent, that means
here's a big one. Spillane is a free agent.
TJ,
what are you gonna do, Tim?
Bye.
You're gonna get rid of Spillane, the mighty Spillane. Well, who do you have behind Bush?
You got Bush, you have Vince Williams. TJ, you can get somebody.
That's it.
You can get somebody. You'll be fine.
Well, I mean, how much do you think Spillane's going to possibly make?
I don't know. If I was him, I'd cash it as much as I possibly can. I'd be like,
well, he can still use the sentences.
Here's the thing to keep an eye on next year. If they can do it and they do the restructuring and all this crap, and people may think I'm crazy, I think you're going to be able to get him for cheap. Not cheap, but like fairly decent salaries. I don't think he's going to try to break the bank or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
You bring in JJ because he's going to get cut from the Texans.
I think JJ would be an incredible addition.
Because it's either. So
here's the question:
it's either you pay, because the Texans are this spot. You either pay him $17 million or you cut him and he's nothing against the cap.
Mm-hmm. So where does he play?
I'd put him in the rotation of D-line.
Mm-hmm. Do you think is he stout enough? I mean, he's not necessarily your run stuffer in the middle, but I mean, you're looking at Tuitt or Hayward.
TJ, he's bigger than Tuitt or Hayward.
Oh, I understand that. I mean, he's a monster. I mean, do you think he doesn't play in a traditional?
Alualu is not bigger than Tuitt or Hayward, and he's your middle guy.
Why? I mean, but do you think that's the best use of TJ's talent?
Are you out of your mind, dude? Well, TJ, can you imagine having that problem? I don't care where they're playing, in the middle, on the sides. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine having that problem if you're an offense? If you're an offense, who do you double?
No, you're right.
Who do you double?
I agree. So do you think
who do you double? You double Cam Hayward. I don't care where TJ Watt's playing. If he's playing on the nose, he's going to murder you. If you double TJ, Cam Hayward's going to murder. They're going to murder, and then you have JJ on the outside, and that's why I'm saying I would rather give TJ. Say you get him for $8 million for a year,
mm-hmm.
or even a 2-year deal, $16 million. You don't need Bud, because that 3 is going to take up and cause so much havoc in the middle.
Yeah, you're right.
You could have sticks on the outside. I'm serious. All you got to do is win a one-on-one battle. Because I have a feeling not only are you going to have to. I mean, what poison do you pick? You can't. You got to double TJ,
mm-hmm.
so it's going to leave. You can possibly in an offense. You could double an outside guy. You could double TJ, and you could double a lineman and kind of single up everybody else. You double TJ, you're going to leave Cam on an island by himself, Hayward or JJ on an island by himself, because you're not going to leave. And if Highsmith continues to elevate, what do you do?
No, that's so. Do you think you get the little family discount? I wonder. I mean, because let's just be real. JJ's not the player that he was.
I think there's only 2 spots.
Maybe he needs to get into.
I think there's only 2 spots he'd go to. Well, 3. I think he'd go to. Green Bay, because he's from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
I think he may. It depends with his wife. His wife's, I think, a soccer player in Chicago. But the Bears are so screwed up. I don't see him doing that. Or Steelers to play with your. I mean, would you an opportunity to play with your brothers?
I'd go for it.
a year or two.
He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the money.
I mean, yeah. I mean, TJ, he's still look at his stats on that garbage defense.
Oh, he's still amazing. Yeah, he's still amazing. And imagine what he could be if you get him in a rotation where he actually gets some breaths. He's all they have. I mean, he's a stud there.
That could be very, very, very scary.
It could be. It could be.
My thought. I like that. Everybody's like, Bud, losing, Bud. You can somehow bring in TJ or
that's a good trade. Watch. I trade that all day. Dude. That's a good trade.
Yikes.
Yeah. So you have a couple in the Yinzer mailbag too, then, Tim, don't you?
The mush came with some lights, some late Yinzer mailbag stuff. We'll go through here. It goes, Mush says, so we are here in the second season. Time to put up or go home. I agree. So yes. Ripping off hands, ripping off ears. I don't know. The mush goes, can the Steelers win if Chubb and Hunt rush for 100 yards plus?
Combined or each?
I would say probably, I think if we're saying combined.
Yeah, I think they can win.
If it's 100 yards each, we're going to have problems.
No, if it's 100 yards each, there's no way. But yeah, I think if we give them 100 yards. I mean, I think they had 100 yards last game and they just barely squeaked by.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's not a benchmark.
You think Steelers can win if they rush for under 50?
Yes.
I also believe this is to be true.
Yeah.
As long as
I mean, I saw what I want, but yeah, I believe they can do it.
As long as Paddle Hands catch the ball.
That's true.
Ebron makes my blood boil.
Well, I would love to see that kid from Alabama in black and gold this year.
22?
Yeah.
22? Yeah, me too, man. He's a good kid.
Oh boy, he'd be a good addition. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Good, solid kid. Ben was off last week. How many attempts does he have left in the arm? The mush is saying between 50 and 55, if needed.
Oh, I hope not. He's got to need it. I'd like to see him in that 25 to 30 range. That would be great.
I think he's going to be realistically. I think he's going to be between the 33 to 37 ranges this week.
You're probably right.
I'm 100% right. Fitchner calling plays. Why doesn't he get the COVID?
I know.
That's not. I shouldn't say that. I feel bad. Don't say that.
That's
I don't
true.
say that. Okay.
If the Steelers, I don't know if he'd make it if he got the COVID. He doesn't look like a healthy man.
No, he doesn't. Him and Rock Mouth guy. Doggone it, the Rock Mouth guy. If the Steelers lose, would this have been a wasted season?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a big deal. I mean, to go 11-0 and to get bounced the first round of the playoffs, absolutely.
I think for Tomlin's sake, he has to win. He has to win a playoff game. He hasn't won a playoff game in quite some time. Got to win this. Got to win one.
I think Tomlin is safe.
He's safe, but he's safe. But guys like me will be like, Tomlin.
Oh, I get it.
You're on our hot seat. Maybe not the Rooney. You're on my hot seat.
I've heard guys. I heard Tom Harris call Chuck Noll a bum. Yeah, I've heard him call Cowher a bum. So.
Hey, with the 2,500 fans, thank you, Tom Wolf. You son of a. Is this possible? Do you think they'll need to play Renegade twice?
Maybe.
I don't think so. They better not. If they play Renegade twice, we're in some deep to-do.
We are. You're right. I hope not.
All right. Seems like the Browns celebrated their goal last week by making the playoffs. Do they know how to win yet? They never will know how to win because they're the Cleveland Browns.
Exactly. There's just no class. They've not been there. There's just no class.
They don't. I hope. Baker. So he punches him right in his face. Oh, I would love to see James Harrison just run on that, be one of the 2,500 people and run on that stadium with no pads on and just annihilate Baker Mayfield.
I'm just tired of seeing Baker Mayfield.
And then just pee on him. Just pee on him like you said. Just pee right on him.
Baker.
All right. Let me see. What is it? What would be the thing on offense and defense you would want to see early in the game from the Steelers to know that they are focused and on the game?
Offense, you score first.
TJ, they better take the ball and stuff it right down Cleveland's throat. Rip their faces off and just poop right down their neck and say, hey, This is our house.
That's right.
Maybe give a shout out to Tim Harris and say, hey, what Governor Wolf did to you was wrong. It was wrong.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if they come out like a 75-yard drive and, and they have like 6 runs, maybe it's a 10 play drive, 6 runs, 4 passes with a TD. Wouldn't that be great?
I would love to see 10 runs, 0 passes right down their pie hole. And you know what? And you know what? Even to set the tone even more, I wouldn't even let Boz kick it. I'd go for 2 and run it again. Just 11 straight runs.
That would be great. I think that'd be awesome.
And then what I would do, I'd walk over to that little monitor they have, the TV, when the guys on defense would pick it off. I'd point to the monitor and say, we don't live in our fears, and just walk off the field.
See, I like it. Tom was starting to eke into your DNA. I like it.
Last thing he has. Is Tim still worshiping false wooden idols? No, not at all.
Hey, there may be some magic on that nutcracker. I think we keep him.
I'll tell you right now, if there isn't, I already figured out my Amazon order from Wuhan for the rocket to shoot this thing directly to the moon.
It's a good idea. I was going to bring the nutcracker I have on my shelf. Apparently, he's doing pretty good.
What do you mean?
I have a nutcracker here too.
I know you do. I thought we had this conversation. I thought you were putting it in the box.
I was going to. I forgot. He'll be in the box for Sunday. But maybe he's the reason why there's been a resurgence.
No, because he's been out the whole damn time, TJ. What is that supposed to mean? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, he came out with I guess you're right. He came out 1st of November. You're right.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice him until we started winning.
It was only the time till we got this fella behind me.
So if I put him away, holy crap. If that thing is not just dealing with Mush's stuff, but also this one too, we take this one away, we could win every game by 50 points.
Well, wouldn't that be some jolly?
That would be great. I think it'd be fantastic.
What happens? You take yours away, put it in a box. Governor Wolf comes out tomorrow, says, Tim Harris, you can sell your playoff tickets.
That would be great.
I mean, if you don't, we may have to, like I said, I've been cursing at Mush for a month now with his stupid nutcracker. It could be yours the whole time.
It could be. I don't know. It could be.
Unbelievable.
Maybe I'll bury him in the backyard. I don't know. Just get rid of him.
I mean, TJ, or it's either that or you may actually have to burn it to get rid of it, like his ashes and everything. It's either that or we may have to buy an identical one like we did for the Mush to mush your nutcracker. I'll have 2 nutcrackers, one that looks like yours and one that looks like no Mush's.
I'm going to go. I'll put him in the box tonight. We'll see what happens.
What type of loser am I? I got a nutcracker that I'm banking our whole entire season on.
Well, it's just we're a little superstitious, but Tim, we don't live in our fears, right?
Never.
All right, cool. Get any other questions from Marky Mush?
No.
Okay.
If the Mush, the Texans are going to come flying. He's going to start Saturday because I'm going to be TJ. Saturday when I get that first commercial for the first playoff game Saturday, it's just gonna be I'm gonna be on a roller coaster ride for 48 hours. It is.
Remember your routine. Remember what you got to do. Remember what you're eating for breakfast. Remember for everything. Hey, it's a late game too, so make sure that you keep your strength up. Take a nap, Tim. Get rested for the game.
There's no way. TJ, I'm not going to sleep Saturday night.
Well, nap Sunday afternoon.
If I'm not sleeping Saturday night, do you think I'm going to, TJ, I'm going to have the juices all through me. Someone's going to hit me with a tranquilizer dart for me to take a nap. Wouldn't that be some stuff? If I can't sleep and I go to take a nap and I don't wake up for the game, and I miss the whole entire game.
Wouldn't that be great? Because we win like 52-3.
I know my wife. My wife would just let me sleep the whole way through, just to prove the point. She wouldn't even wake me up. She'd be like, ha, ha, ha. She'd like, I'd wake up.
That'd be great.
I'd wake up and be like 3 and be like, what happened? I missed the whole game.
That would be great. So speaking of the game, what is your score prediction for for Sunday night, Tim?
Score prediction is 28. And now, I'm going to say 24-10 Pittsburgh Steelers.
24-10. That's good. I'm going to say 31-7 Steelers.
Boy, that would
there's going to be at least a field goal in there somewhere, right?
I mean, that's why I said 24.
Mm-hmm. I think the Steelers are going to put on I think they're going to put it into gear this week. I don't know why. I feel like there's something different. Even looking at Ben this week, there's something different about them. They look like
we haven't done in a while there too. Is we haven't picked the players of the game. I mean, who is your offensive player of the game? Oh,
that's true. My offensive player of the game this week is going to be Claypool again. I think Claypool's going to have a stud game.
I think Deontay Johnson is going to be charged, and I think he is going to have a monster game. And I think these playoffs is where Deontay Johnson becomes a superstar in the National Football League.
I like it. I tell you, he's got all the tools. And if he gives you all the tools that, he reminds me more and more of AB without the headache. Golly, I think he can be incredible. I like his work ethic too. I was listening today to a couple guys. They said his work ethic is just remarkable. Wouldn't it be interesting to see the Steelers maybe in Tampa Bay meet in the Super Bowl, and you get TJ,
don't say that. Don't say that.
That would just be interesting to me.
TJ, I've had that human rip my heart out so many times.
That's true. That's true.
Partially, if people want to know why I'm so angry, the Mush has asked questions why I'm so angry. Number 12 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He has basically chewed on my heart for the past, 17 years and spit it out.
He has. And then look, it's crazy.
To shut up. I know exactly what you're saying. If I got to deal with that weird haired freak from Kansas City for the next 10 years, I'm going to be sick in my stomach too.
Well, it's funny too. And this is just like Tom Brady. Of course, who his first opponent is on his new team. They're playing a sub 500 playoff team in the Washington football team.
Yeah, I know.
And then I heard this week, Alex Smith may not even play.
TJ, that team. Yeah, I agree. That's a garbage team, but he's going to have to go up to. That's going to be a great game watching. I mean, they could potentially play him in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers in that. That's a potential. That should be. Yeah. That would be fun just to watch.
Yeah, because they came in. They're not a division winner, are they? They came in as a wild card team.
They're 5 seed, man.
Yeah.
My guess is they would go up to Green Bay.
Who's the 6th seed? Do you remember?
The 6th seed is the Rams.
Wow, that's interesting.
Because they're only 7 seeds, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because the
Green Bay's got the bye.
The Bears 7.
Yeah, the Bears are 7. How are the Bears in the playoffs?
Oh boy, man! I wouldn't even show up to new. I just forfeit the game.
I mean, the only thing worse getting into playoffs, you back into the playoffs because other people lose.
If I was the Bear, I would do one of those. I'd opt out. I'd opt out right now. I'd be like, I'm opting out for the rest of the season right now.
Trubisky.
I just opt out. Like when people opt out, they're like, I'm opting out right now. Just opt out.
Poor Chicago. They're a dumpster fire too. Tim, anything you want to add to the podcast tonight?
I got to pick defensive player quickly.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Who's your defensive player?
You go first.
My defensive player of the game will be Mika. Mika has another pick, at least one, maybe a pick 6 again.
See, I was going to say Mika, but I know if I see so I'm going to change it because I know if I pick Mika, he'll probably break every one of his legs and his spleen within the first play and a half. So I'm going to say, because I think his trajectory's been pretty high lately, I think Tua's going to have a big game.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be great if Watt had like 3 sacks?
If I was TJ Watt, again, I would sack Baker Mayfield and I would pull my pants down and pee on him right there. I wouldn't do it. You know what I would do, truthfully? If I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, if you want to send a message like the Mush said, I'd send someone out pregame to the 50-yard line, take a pee in the middle of the field to show you where, like when dogs show this is my territory and mark for dominance. That's what I would do.
Tim, well, when you're 4 game, if you get your 4 plays left, make them count. I guess that's a way to make them count.
If I had
right?
my 4 plays and I got it, that's one. Can you imagine if I went out there pregame and I just peed on the 50-yard line to show my dominance? I would be a Pittsburgh legend.
You would, and you'd probably be arrested, but that's okay.
Be worth it.
Yeah, it probably would be. Probably. Somebody sent me a screenshot of Harrison taking out that Cleveland guy running around that one game. Wasn't that just epic?
Again, the Cleveland fans eat poop when they win world championships, so let's just leave it at that.
That's true. They do. All right. Well, I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim. We're the Yinzer Bros. Don't forget, if you like the podcast, you like what you hear, you like what you see, tell your friends and your family, tell everybody. Again, we're the Yinzer Bros. Stay classy, Pittsburgh.
We're still number one out here.
See ya.